I won't take up any more of your time. Miss Erin, it is your time to shine.
Oh.
Everyone, please give a big welcome to Erin.
Am I allowed to walk around here, or do I need to? Was there going to be? Hi, Megan. Marches it'll reach.
Do you want me to move
It's a
this?
corded mic. Oh. 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 My name is Erin Campbell. Very excited to be here tonight. Oh, I can't go far at all. I'm going to jump up here. Nope, that's fine. You guys might recognize my voice. If you do, you might know me as Jolene, the Jukebox Jet, on the New Mix 107.3, 1017 The Bull. And I'm very excited to be here tonight, and I have so much to say and about 15 minutes to say it, so I'm going to do my best. In 2019, I invented a martial art. I called it Jeoi Kwon Do. Loosely translates to the way of punching with joy. And the reason it's a martial art is because you're using joy as a superpower. Now, the misunderstanding a lot of people have is I must be happy because my life is great and I seem to get everything I want and everything just seems to work out for me. And the huge misunderstanding is, yeah, I have a great life and everything works out for me and I get pretty much anything I want because I'm happy. Could it really be that easy? Could it really be that simple? Yes, actually that's the way life works. We're not told that, but I'm here to tell you that tonight, and I teach it on my website, joikwondo.com. The reason it works where if you choose to be happy, things will just work out in your favor is because when those problems do inevitably come along, you're no longer going to see problems as the enemy. You're going to see them as the opportunity. You're going to see them as a necessary step on that path that you've chosen to be on. And it might get a little uncomfortable, it might get a little challenging, but you're not going to be defeated by it. And the way to be in that state of mind is to be in the present. We don't like to be in the present. It's scary, it's terrifying. We don't think it's safe. We think it's safer to either be dwelling in the past or worrying about the future. And the reason we like to stay there is because we feel like we're in control. We have control over our worries, so we can worry all we want, or our guilt or our shame or embarrassment of something in the past. We have control over that. And the thing is, the past or the present don't actually exist. The present is the only thing that actually exists. All right, we're in the bend the spoon, deep, we're getting deep here. The future hasn't happened yet, and it's not promised. It doesn't exist. The past is gone, and there's nothing you can do about it but learn from it. So all we've got is the present. All we need to do is to train our minds to no longer be afraid of the present and to realize that we have way more control of the present than we realize. And that's why I built joikwondo.com. I created 30 exercises, simple but very powerful exercises. And no, it's not yoga, no downward dog. These are psychological exercises that I created to recreate experiences that I'd had that I'd learned from and had epiphanies and connections and just could see things so much clearer. And these exercises are making an alter ego, creating a battle cry. There's a vision board. There's all kinds of, there's a playlist you get to create. There's a diet. I mean, there's so much to it. And all of these exercises can be practiced all the time. And you can do all of them, or you could just do some of them. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do all of them. They're very fun. You don't have to do them in order either. You just pick and choose whichever one. There's a journal that's involved. Now, the thing about exercises is they are very difficult. When you go to a gym, you start your gym, you're very excited, and then you kind of fall off because, exercise is hard. Or you buy that treadmill, right, with the best intentions, and it becomes a clothes rack, right? It's because you're trying to do this by yourself, and it's very difficult, and your body is protesting. Your brain is going to protest it. And so I saw that happening, and because I want the world to have Jeoi Kwon Do, I started having group classes. I've started those up here locally now. We can come together as a group and do these exercises. We're meeting at Ozone every other week. We're meeting at the broom closet every other week. I've been going to the hospital, talking to the staff. I've been talking to corporate sales teams. Like, I'm trying to get this out there. And so you are welcome to come to one of the live classes. I've got the cards out there. Now, the cards do have a warning label. You might have seen there's a warning label on my card, and that's because every single exercise on joykwando.com is going to open a new door in your mind. And once it's open, you can't close it. And you can't unknow it, all right? And you're going to find yourself more and more in the present and finding out that life is actually pretty great and you have a lot of control over what's going on around you. Joy is no longer a result, a reaction to the good circumstances. Joy is now a superpower that you're using to barrel ahead and live life to the fullest. You guys like the sound of that? And since we're in a group right now, I thought maybe I'd go ahead and do a group activity tonight with you. Yes? Want some of that? I decided to bring group exercise 18, number 18. And like I said, you don't have to do these in order. Exercise 18 of Joy Kwando is called Signs and Inner Wisdom. I'd like to get you acquainted with the knowing in your knower. You guys ever had one of those dreams where you were like driving to the store and suddenly you were being chased by a velociraptor? Yeah, or something like that. Now, you know you're being chased by a velociraptor because you looked in the rearview mirror and there's a dang old velociraptor, right? It's obvious. But how did you know you were going to the store, right? Let's back up a little. Unless you looked at that invisible fourth wall and said, I think I'll go to the store right now. Not typically what happened. There's just this knowing in your knower. And you'd call it a gut feeling, you could call it a hunch, you could call it your conscious, your intuition, the voice of God, the Holy Spirit, your higher self, the higher power. Lots of names for it. There's no denying it's there. A couple decades ago, I did a little experiment and decided to let that voice do my entire day. I didn't make any decisions. I let it decide even what grocery store I was going to shop at that day, just to see what happened. It was something silly. I didn't have anything more important to do. And I decided to let this gut feeling tell me, take a left here, talk to that person, compliment that woman's tattoo. And I was just going through the motions, and I had so many like coincidences that happened, right time, right place, random things I'd know that I should not have known, and it was undeniable. This is real. There really is this guide in you that's constantly talking to you. But here's the thing, it's a very quiet voice, and you don't hear it with your ears. I think if I had to give my voice, or give my knowing a voice, I would say Samuel L. Jackson is what my knower would sound like. Yells at me a lot. No, but the voice that you feel in here is always waiting for you to listen. And then when you do listen, this voice isn't judgmental. It doesn't say you really should quit doing that, or you really need to get to the gym. It says things like, hey, don't forget you're out of carrots. The most random thing. Hey, you should probably leave for work an hour early today, and you don't know why, and so you're going to dismiss it as just a thought. And then you get to work and you're like, oh, I ran into some traffic. I really should have listened to the voice and leave an hour earlier. So the exercise, the Joy Kwando exercise 18, is to go on what I call a treasure hunt, where you now know how to listen for that voice, right? It's that knowing in your knower, and you let that knower tell you what to do for the rest of the night. We're going to have some loud music playing tonight. I'm very excited about you. Excited about the music tonight? And I'm hoping that the music is so loud that it drowns out anything. You can't hear anything else, so you know not to listen with your ears. You're going to be listening with your gut. And you're going to kind of be paying attention to it all night long. While you're enjoying the music, be paying attention to any nudge you feel to go visit something, or go check out a certain table, or go look at the resources in the back. Go put a bid on the silent auction. Something it's going to tell you to do, and you just do it just to see what happens. And by the end of the night, you might find already that there's something to this. And tomorrow, I invite you to continue the treasure hunt, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And you'll see that this is what we should have been doing all along. Why didn't anybody tell us, right? Turns out we've got nothing to fear but fear itself. We've had this whole time this voice telling us what to do, where to go, how to make this thing happen that we wanted. All you have to do is know what you want. And a lot of times we don't even get to that point. We don't realize we get to choose what we want, so we're too busy fighting the things that we don't want to show up. And it turns out all you have to do is know what you want and then wait for that opportunity to show up and be looking for it and know that it might show up it's disguised as a problem. Maybe you decided you wanted a boat, a very expensive specific boat. And so you decide the way you're going to get that boat is to get this really nice job and work your way up the ladder and then get that executive job and have the money to get that boat. And then whoops, you lose that job. And well, now what, right? Is that the end? I guess there goes the boat. No, it turns out when you're living in the Joy Kwon Do lifestyle, it turns out it's because you're supposed to get a different job that's got a different boss who befriends you and thinks you're the bee's knees, gives you the promotion, and then one day comes into your office and says, I'm looking to sell my boat. You know anyone who'd be interested? So that firing turned out to be exactly what you needed. So who's ready for a treasure hunt tonight? Ready to find some treasures, some spooky coincidences, meet some new people, find out some new things about yourself. It's going to be exciting. I'm very excited about tonight. First band about to come on, right, Nico? Where is Nico? Where'd she go? There she is. In her mermaid tail. Isn't she lovely? Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm very excited about tonight. My cards are in the back. Definitely come talk to me if you're interested in these classes and how to get to the website. It's all for you. It's free. It's out there, ready for you to take it on. Who's this lady, lovely lady? There you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I didn't mean to walk right in front of you.
Thank you. That was 15 minutes.
It was good.
Yeah, okay.
It was good. Thank you. Yeah, it was nice. Nice talking to you.
And I am going to introduce to you